Oh man. Oh man. Protecting black women.
So hit the streets to find out.
You were telling me about your concerns with the next generation, and I'm wondering, does reproductive rights factor into this election for you and your decision making?
Oh, definitely. I'm definitely pro-choice. I think a woman should control what happens with her body 100%.
I think the reproductive rights aspect makes the choice for who to elect very clear.
Someone coming in and say, hey, this is what you need to do with your body. Like, we have never experienced that. And I don't want them to experience that.
And we need to stay out of that. I think we also need our government to stay out of those things as well.
I don't believe in abortion. Just being honest with you, I believe we abuse the right.
Is that a big part of your decision making this election?
For me personally, it's not high up there, right? I'm not going to say that it's not of importance. There's no disrespect to women at all, right? I come from one.
Oh, definitely affects my vote. I'm a father of 4 daughters.
You know, my choice, my body and stuff like that. And it is. I'm not going to say anything, too deep into that.
Not all, with all these black women behind the camera.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't get...
Damn shame. Shout out to that one brother that kept it real. And it didn't allow the black women behind the camera, as Kenny Burns said, influence what he was saying.
You know what I'm saying?
When we empower and give women the right to choose in every aspect of their life, we as a society advance. In every aspect, when we empower and give women the right to choose in every aspect of their life, we as a society advance.
Oh my God. Yo, this is crazy.
All right, we're back now with Kenny Burns and Vic Mensa. Kenny, man, do black men see reproductive rights as an important issue?
I think here we all believe that black women will save the planet, correct?
Yeah.
I think we all believe that black women will save the planet. Yo, I really feel bad for fathers out there. I feel bad for my dad. Sometimes I just think about him. Being a father may be one of the most underappreciated roles. And matter of fact, let me rephrase that. Being a father that stands on principles, that is a disciplinarian, that takes on a leadership role and doesn't just try to be liked by their kids, may be the most underappreciated role. It's, why are they saying this? What other community? We are doing the worst in America. There's a reason why we are the only people that say stuff like this. It's like, they're not even talking about black men and black women are going to save the planet. We all believe here that black women are going to save the planet. Why are you saying this? Now, this is who I was talking about. Kenny Burns, right? This is who I was talking about. The senior vice president of brand development for Combs Enterprises. Yes, Sean Combs, P. Diddy. P. Diddy. So you go from working with Diddy. Now, I don't know what exactly you were doing. The VP of, what did I say? Where did I write it down at? VP of brand development. Seems like a pretty big role. Senior VP. So you were working with somebody that was pushing what type of culture? Was Diddy pushing a black women are going to save the world culture? Or I'm going to exploit black women culture? And I'm not even talking about I'm not talking about the case. I'm talking about the music. I'm talking about the entertainment that he was pushing out. I don't know until he goes to court and deals with that in court, I'm not, that's over there. I'm talking about the things that we saw him pushing in the music industry. But Kenny Burns is talking about, like, listen, yo, how is it just that nobody has a father that's in their life? Like, is it just that we don't have we don't have a father that we love, so therefore we're okay with other men saying these type of things? Like, how could you feel comfortable making your father feel like this? Yo, one thing, if you got a father in your life, you better appreciate it. You better appreciate that man. You better appreciate that man. Especially you got a father in your life that has committed to his family and is not being like all the. If you have a father that commits to your family, that is a leader, you got, man, there's nothing that ever can be done to thank that man for the role that he's played. Especially considering, think about this, especially considering, you know how it's easy for, and thank your mother too, because it's easy to make a reason why you should get divorced. So if you grew up in a family where both of your parents were together, every couple goes through things where if they want to, they could say, certain things happened that were enough for us to justify, let's break this off. We're not happy. We're going through some stuff. We'll be better off. It's just let's co-parent. Let's do it. A lot easier. Every relationship, I'm sure, could justify saying that. And I'm not speaking down on the people that do, but I'm talking about showing some love and appreciation for the fathers that stay there, for the fathers that don't take silly risk, for the fathers that exercise discipline so they don't put themselves in a position to where they're trying to satisfy their urges and end up messing up their family. But we live in a society where you got all these black men celebrating black women as if there's no such thing as the black man. And then a lot of them want to claim that they're religious. They want to claim that they're Christian. Open up the Bible, right? So I guess women went from being the helpmeet to now fathers are less than the helpmeet. Oh, but we only talk about religion when it serves the purpose, right? Let's leave religion to the side. If we're talking about abortion, no, we'll leave religion to the side. If we're talking about, male leadership, we'll leave religion to the side. But it's these same folks that's running around going to all these mega churches, acting as if they're receiving the word, embracing God. Like, knock it off, man. Knock it off. We got a goofy culture. We have such a goofy culture. And that goofy culture was created by goofy men, in my opinion.
Important issue.
I think here we all believe that black women will say the planet correct.
Yeah.
We also believe that, at the end of the day, we come from a black woman. They should have rights to their bodies. We should not be in control of any woman's bodies. And as far as men are concerned, a lot of young men aren't ready to be fathers. And with this happening, it would put them into a place that they're not ready for.
Yo. Did you just hear what he just said? A lot of young black men are not ready to be fathers. So without abortions, it'll put them in a position that they're not ready for. Black men, how about y'all tell black boys and black girls to be more responsible and to stop having careless sex that is unprotected? Did you hear? Yo, where have we gone as a society? I don't know whether I started looking at this differently when I stopped eating meat. I don't know what it is. But how do we justify abortions by saying, oh, well, the black man, like that black boy, he's not ready for that? How do you say that and justify it without at least telling the black boy, hey, if you're going to have sex unprotected, then you better be prepared for what comes from with that? This isn't, I feel bad. When you care about people, when you really care about people, it's very hard to hear stuff like this, messages like this from people that have influential platforms, and to just be okay with it. Listen to how he just justified abortions. If you're cool with abortions, then say whatever, you cool with abortions. But listen to his justification on that.
No, a lot of young men aren't ready to be fathers. And with this happening, you know, it would put them into a place that they're not ready for.
He's acting as if like the stork delivers the baby. They're having unprotected sex. The boys are nutting, ejaculating in young girls without condoms on. You can't tell them to be safe like within this message.
Vic, what do you think? What do you think about that?
Many men I spoke to felt that women's reproductive rights were important to them, but not their top priority. However, the fact remains that maternal mortality rates amongst black women are exponentially higher in states with Republican-led abortion bans. As black men, our primary responsibility.
So because mortality rates are high with black women giving birth, that's why we're justifying abortions?
In this humanity is to protect black women.
Yes, indeed.
That's why we're here.
If you want to protect black women, then how about telling black boys to be more responsible and to have more discipline? How about being real with your daughters, your nieces, your goddaughters, your granddaughters, and tell them to keep their legs closed until they're ready, at least to use condoms? Can we start with that? These are simps, man. They're just. So I got a lunch tomorrow. I got a lunch tomorrow that I'm excited to have with my big cousin. So I have a big cousin who is one of the like the most popular, I don't know what, top doulas in the country. She's been at the White House, worked with Kamala, worked with the administration when it comes to women's reproductive health. And I'm going to ask her, because me knowing her, understanding like how she lives from a spiritual standpoint, one with nature, a lot of these different types, like I find it very hard to understand how somebody who's a doula, like, let me rephrase that because I said it in a combative way. What I'm going to ask her is like, what are her thoughts on abortions being put into reproductive rights as a doula? Somebody who's about like, I just want to understand that. And for a lot of people that don't know what doulas are, I don't even know the exact, the definition, but they help deliver babies in a very natural way. Like they're doula, you'll have your baby born at the house. That's my understanding of it. So I'm going to ask, obviously, tomorrow, like, what exactly, do you do? But also, how do you align yourself with certain groups that are pushing abortions, especially understanding Margaret Sanger and why abortions were created in the first place, why Planned Parenthood was created in the first place? You get what I'm saying? So let's keep moving on here.
And I think protecting black women begins and ends with listening to them about what makes them feel safe. And they overwhelmingly support the right to choose what happens with their body. The majority of
there's a lot of decisions that black people as a community, I'm talking to specifically black people, support overwhelmingly. We support eating unhealthy foods overwhelmingly. We support not working out overwhelmingly. We support disrespecting women and having sex with as many women as we can. And I'm a man. That's what we're into. That's the urge that has been created based on the culture that we live in. That's what we grow up on. So
over 75 to 80%. So I think that it's an issue of paramount importance to us and to me.
Just because the overwhelmingly majority of people do something does not mean that it's right. Let's keep going here. So I want to move on to Did we already move past that? Hold on one second. 40. Oh, I missed something. Hold on. I think I missed something that I wanted to touch on. Nah, we're just gonna have to leave that there. All right, so I want to move on to. I was gonna show you this clip of D.L. Hughley saying that his granddaughter, D.L. Hughley was born in 1964. He said his granddaughter was born with fewer rights than him. We're going to move on actually after that. It's already pretty late. We only got a couple more clips to go through. Can't believe y'all are
Black
still here.
woman, a black people issue because of the history that you mentioned. For hundreds of years, we were considered chattel in this country, property of other people. Yeah. Right? Black women were having the children of their rapists, who were the enslavers.
Right.
But you know what is also part of America's story? In the 1900s, the sterilization of black women.
Yeah.
The sterilization of poor women.
Why are they clapping when he's mentioning sterilization? Sterile means that you can't have a kid. So if people were trying to prevent us from having kids, now we just voluntarily do it. Does that make sense?
Millions of women were denied the right to ever have children because they were poor or because they were considered feeble-minded. Right. And that was state law and federal. It was eugenics.
You just heard D.L. Hughley say eugenics. You know who was with eugenics? Margaret Sanger, the lady who started Planned Parenthood. That's why she moved her clinic into Brooklyn, into black neighborhoods in particular, as well as some other groups, but black neighborhoods in particular, to practice eugenics. She didn't provide reproductive rights in the wealthy white community that she was living in. She decided to go to a black community and start making money off of aborting babies because she was into eugenics and creating one race. So here we're calling Trump Hitler, but in all actuality, the lady that created this abortion phenomenon with Planned Parenthood, she was into eugenics. That was her whole purpose with Planned Parenthood. They're complaining about sterilization. You got all these goofy dudes clapping about it, not even realizing that abortion is the new form of sterilization.
But it was policy. And we are living in a time where people's rights are being taken, that autonomy is being taken, again, in policy, again, in law. And so we have to realize the intersectionality that black women are living with. They're dealing with the pain of being black, right? And also the promise that comes with that, but they're dealing with the pain of being a woman. And also the promise of that, where we, as black men, we do benefit from patriarchy.
Yeah.
We men.
Yes.
We benefit from sex. We benefit.
You
and it's all right to tell it.
That's enough.
It's all right to tell it.
Stop it.
It's all right to tell it. But then
this ain't the Oprah Summit. Stop it.
Before I get to the mountaintop, because I'll do it here. Look, what comes with it.
Yeah. People like, are y'all seeing this? Like y'all, like this is what, like, this is genuine to you. This is why people are. This is why young black men, as well as young men, period, are going to Trump. Bro, you can't see Pat. Like this dude he's Barack Obama 2.0. Like this is a we say we don't want politicians. We want people to shoot it to us straight. Like, come on, all the pandering. Stop it.
What comes is our power, and using our power to uplift the voices of those who have been made powerless.
Absolutely, Michael. What is this?
Yo, look at this dude. Look at this dude. Hold on. Look at
those who have been made powerless.
Absolutely.
Hold on. Look at him right here. Look at the lean.
Hey, bro. What is this? What is this notion that we're not? That's not an issue that is supposed to be top of ticket. The idea that's important to us. What do you think of that?
How many of us have daughters and sisters? Okay.
You see all the bald dudes in here? They got daughters. Wait, I mean,
yeah, exactly. I don't subscribe to the narrative that we are not in support of women's reproductive rights. I just won't subscribe to that. I think it's another narrative that they're trying to put on us to divide us. And I believe that historically, the civil rights movement was accomplished by black men and black women coming together. And I believe that right now, black women and black men are coming together when it comes to reproductive rights. Black men will always stand up for their daughters and their sisters and their mamas. That is a known fact. That is a known fact. So if you are one of those individuals who's thinking selfishly about this particular election and you thinking, well, you know, I'm not really feeling this because, you know, there's nothing in it for you. Think about your sister. Think about your daughter. Think about your niece. Sometimes it is about us, but oftentimes it's about our community. And all of the women in our community deserve better.
All right, so we're going to go to the closing remarks. It's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.